Hey everybody! One of our first projects this year is going to be building a temporary bathhouse because a lady needs to be able to pee and poop in private. Okay, one of this year's first projects is to build a temporary bathhouse. It's not the permanent bathhouse yet because we're not putting the septic system in quite yet. But we need a place that's private that we can do a temporary shower so we can clean up while we're out here and we have a little luggable loo. We're going to start with building a platform that we can put a Joolca 3-room tent on top of. One of those rooms can be used as a shower, another one can be used for a bathroom, and the other can be used as a changing station. So it will be kind of our temporary outhouse, so to speak, until we get our permanent bathhouse location figured out and get a septic system put in. The septic system will probably not come until we are closer to building a cabin and we've finalized that location. So, one of the first steps we need to do before we build this platform is to level the ground out a little bit because it is on a slope, but this means we get to use the bigger digger for the first time. Oh my gosh, you guys. So Kate was putting the bigger digger away and I was coming out of the container and I was about to step out of the container and right in front of me was a Rattle Snake that was rattling and slithering away. I think I scared him and he scared me, and I think maybe we've disrupted his habitat out there. But it was like, oh, scary, and he's out there somewhere. I'm just super glad it didn't slither into the container because the door was wide open. Fun fact, or maybe not so fun fact, depending on how you look at it, rattlesnakes are an endangered species, and therefore, at least in Utah and maybe other places too, it is illegal to kill them. So you can tell me if you think that's a fun fact or a not so fun fact. We done for the day?
Wanna be, but I feel like we need to get something done on it.
We got...
Well, you want to take a shower tomorrow?
Yes. I do want to shower tomorrow, so I guess we'll keep working.
I'd like to at least get the frame done today because the board shouldn't take too long tomorrow.
Step 2.
Next we got a bunch of blocks that we're going to put for the foundation, so we got to get those kind of leveled and set out, and then we'll build a frame to have the decking go over. And we'll have a little deck that the 3-room tent can sit on top of the deck and water can drain out underneath it. We won't get all muddy, is the theory.
So it's 8 feet by
12 feet.
12.
So we need to take 3 inches off these 8-foot boards in order to make it exactly 8 inches from the corner to the corner. These are exactly 12 feet. So we need 12 feet, exactly 8 feet exactly, so that the decking will fit across the top. That's what we're doing. Unfortunately, this saw keeps tripping something on the inverter on our solar trailer. We even tried running the generator and then plugging it directly into the generator, but it's currently wired to go through the inverter. We do have the handsaw. It's electric powered. It's not the end of the world, but this one would make straighter cuts. So goal today is to get everything squared up, get the other 2 8-foot lengths in, maybe get it all nailed up, then we'll quit. And then tomorrow we can get the 4-foot lengths in. So 16 inches on center makes it so when you do a 4-foot length, which all of your stuff comes in 4 foot, like 4 foot 4x8 sheet of plywood, 4 foot sheet of drywall. So if you do 16 inches on center, then you should always be able to end up at a 4-foot length. So your 4 foot hits right here, and your 2x4 is like that. So 16 inches on center. So then you'll have half of your plywood on this side, and then this will have enough for half to go on the other side. That's why we call it 16 inches center.
Welcome back to day 2 of building the bathhouse. Today we are going to attempt to finish this whole platform and then set up the Joolca tent because Becca wants a hot shower. While Kate's still building the platform for our bathhouse, I am going to tell you my ideas for the bathhouse. Originally this weekend, I was going to just construct a simple, basic, temporary shower and bath enclosure. My idea was just some PVC with some shower curtains threaded onto it. So make a PVC frame, cube, whatever you want to call it. And then we were going to thread on shower curtains and then attach them as walls, either shower curtains, or I even considered doing tarps because they would be reusable later on for other things. They're always handy. So my idea was to do a 2-section frame with PVC, tarps, shower curtains, and closure. And that was it. That was going to be a temporary shower with like a little solar shower bag. Second option, hula hoop, large size hula hoop. Again, threading a shower curtain or a tarp onto it, a hula hoop on top, a hula hoop on bottom, threaded around on both sides, then you would have an enclosure. Simple. Those were my plans. But Cade was like, we can do this better. So he did some research real quick, and now this is the project he has come up with, which is going to be freaking awesome. Because the projects Cade comes up with, he always does such a good job on them. He takes his time to really make sure that it's good quality, because if we're gonna do it, he wants to do it right. So even though it is still a temporary bathhouse, we may eventually add real walls around it, and so then we wouldn't have to use the temporary Joolca tent around it, and that could be saved for if we ever go camping. But why would we want to go camping anywhere else? This place is freaking awesome up here. So if you're looking for an easy shower or bathroom type enclosure, then maybe either of those other 2 options would work for you. Okay, we have the floor joists, decking joists cut, and now we are ready to get them put on.
So these where we can't nail in, we're gonna use the riser. We're probably gonna put these around those as well, just to make them safer, but in the middle ones we're gonna put these on, will attach right here and hold the board in place, hopefully. So they're gonna be a little bit more of a pain to put in at the right height, because we're gonna have to hand nail them.
right, so the joists are just about done. Kate's finishing up the last couple parts of it. But I am going to now put on the protective joist tape that helps keep the water out of the wood, especially since we are going to be showering on top of this deck. So I'm going to get this put on, and we're getting closer to getting those the top deck pieces and closer to being done. All right, so we had a slight problem. We ran out of the tape. So we are only going to deck it to where the tape basically runs out, and then we'll finish this last section the next time we come up. Yeah, the next time we come up. So that is the plan for now. For the next section of this project, we are cutting these Trex decking pieces that will be laid on top into 8 3/4 feet length. 8 3/4.
3/4 of an inch.
8 3/4 of an inch.
Basically an 8-foot board.
Basically an 8-foot board. And these are just Trex decking pieces that we picked up from a friend and neighbor back home who had left over from a project that they did. At the community J station, which is the community well, filling up our water tote. And we are going to run it back over to the lot now and try and hook it up to the shower. We left the boys there to finish the decking. Hopefully it is done by the time we get back. Slight problem. The drill was running out of battery, so we don't know how much of it they're going to get done. We're going to make it work, at least for this time, even if we just have to stand on boards that aren't totally fastened down yet. It's okay. We're going to get a shower. We're going to take this back and see what we can get done. See how they did. Pretty good job of lining it up on this edge. Even though the deck isn't completely finished, we're going to keep moving forward so we can shower this weekend. We will be using the Camplux water heater that is supposed to be portable and heats up water fast. Isn't that amazing?
The first step is attaching legs that were included with this kit in order for the water heater to stand on. We also attached the quick connect for the water outlet hose. Once that's all connected, we just need to hook it up to propane. Now that it's connected to propane, we also connected it to our pressurized water system that we showed in our other video, link up on top. You can hear it's trying to ignite the propane with the 2 D-cell batteries, and once ignited, then it'll heat the water. Unfortunately, we had a hard time keeping it lit and getting it lit.
Is it warm?
So we will be testing this at home.
Our last step is setting up the Joolca Tent. One of the key features of the Joolca Tent is how quickly it is to set up. This tent literally sets up in just minutes. Watch this. Ta-da! Once we anchor this down, we are ready to take our first showers. So we finished the bathhouse.
Well, not tent.
bath tent. We finished our bath tent, our temporary bathroom shower solution.
Yep, so we got the deck not all the way finished. We got as finished as far as we could get it. We still got some planks we got to screw down. That shouldn't take us too long the next time. But we were able to use the tent, and the tent works great.
Awesome. We got to take showers last night.
And the deck worked the way we wanted it to. All the water was draining out underneath it, so it kind of kept things fairly dry. The only downside was the jury's still out on the Camplux shower heat or water heater. We had 3 showers that were warm, 1 shower that was cold. It's really hard to keep it going. So we'll take it home and try and figure it out, see if we can work the kinks out of it.
Yeah.
And get it to be a little bit more consistent. We'll definitely have some water heater of some sort up here.
For sure.
I'm just not sure if the Camplux is the one we want to go with.
So it took us 2 days to finish our platform. Took us a little bit longer than we thought, but we got that mostly done, like we said.
The tent sitting up on top of it.
Tent sitting on top, 3 rooms. It was nice having the shower room, a bathroom room with the Luggable Loo, and a changing room. Worked super awesome. And then we have one of our IBC totes that will be pumping water for the shower portion.
We're pretty happy with this weekend's work. Getting a little bit more habitable and livable up here.
Yes.
Now we can work and at the end of the day take a nice shower and clean off, freshen up a little bit, and be great.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for coming along on this little project with us. This was not a how-to.
This is how we did it. So don't take any advice from us.
But I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it gave you some good ideas. Thanks for coming along.